Hey there traders, welcome to another market update video. Today is the 15th of March 2021. And we're going to start off on the daily chart for Bitcoin here. Currently, we do see a new all-time high for Bitcoin, but I do want to bring your attention to this little MacGyver down here, the volume. We do not see the participation from the bulls that we would have expected after making a new all-time high. In fact, this should have been scooped up immediately, basically. So we made a new all-time high on Saturday, accompanied by almost no volume. It does make me a little bit more suspicious of this price action. And usually when we do see a higher high like that on price action and a lower high like this on momentum oscillators, this is known as bearish divergence. And bearish divergence is usually quite an easy, clear play back down to the 21 exponential moving average, which on the daily chart for Bitcoin comes in at around about $53,300. Of course, after today, it will move up. So I'd probably target a move back down to this liquidity zone around the 10 simple and the 21 exponential. So call it $55,200 all the way down to $53,850. That could definitely be a level of interest in my opinion, and that's definitely a level that I'll be paying attention to. Shorter term, we've got the level up here and this level right here. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame and see how the market is reacting around these areas. Again, remember the area that I'm keeping in mind is around 55,200 and 53,000. Um, yeah, 53,900, 800, somewhere around there. Basically, this liquid zone, right? Anyway, here I would look at a buy opportunity, a long opportunity. I'll see it as an opportunity rather than anything to be panicked about or stressed about. So overall, making higher highs and higher lows here on the 4-hour chart. Very difficult to be bearish on something like that. We do have a new local low right around here, the 58,000. Let's just call it, let me just see where the closing price, 59,000 and $16. So that's our new local low. If we break this local low and we do close a 4-hour candle below this liquidity zone, I would expect Bitcoin to move back down to 50K, 55K, like I've mentioned earlier, this level that I'm paying attention to here. And then I'd be looking at that as a buy opportunity. In fact, I would remain medium to longer term bullish on Bitcoin as long as Bitcoin closes 4-hour candles or daily candles above $51,000. Excuse me, I'd be medium term bullish as long as Bitcoin closes 4-hour candles above 54,000. I'd be longer term bearish if Bitcoin closes below $43,000 on a daily candle basis. So for now, kind of neutral here. I still want to get filled on this long position. I do think that this has potential to have another bounce to the upside to sweep the highs. Like I said, we do see higher highs, higher lows. No real bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. In fact, the RSI made a new all-time high after some bearish divergence, which is usually quite a bullish signal. So are we seeing a potential bullish reset before we get scooped back up? I do think that's what's really happening in this market today. But to the same token, if Bitcoin starts breaking to the downside, I am going to start getting shorter term bearish here and target some lower levels throughout the rest of the week. So keep that in mind. Let's just quickly have a look at the 12-hour chart. 21 exponential lining up here on the 12-hour, 10 simple lining up right there where we want to get filled on our long position. We still have this limit order in the market for Bitcoin. So if we do get filled on that, I think we have another chance to sweep the highs. Like I've said, we do have major bearish divergence coming in on the 12-hour chart here as well, usually pointing towards the 21 exponential. Again, lining up with the $55,200 level that I was speaking about earlier. So $55,200 I think that's more than likely going to be the area of interest for me, where I'll be looking to buy some long positions for Bitcoin, at least back up, medium term back up to 58,000, somewhere around our previous all-time high, this one right here. So I think we'll come and fill out the range here. Maybe we have some sideways action, perhaps even break lower. But I think over the next 2 months, we're in for some very, very boring price action overall in all of the markets. I think we're gonna go into some consolidation, some reaccumulation, and then perhaps we could see even higher prices for these cryptos, or we could see a bear market for the rest of the year. This could go either way. Either way, we're not attached to which way it goes. We just want to trade it. As long as it moves, it has volume and volatility, we can make money. All right, so that's Bitcoin. I've spoken about that. Again, I'll just mention my levels. I'm looking to get filled on a long position around $58,235. I did post the signal on the Telegram group. If this level breaks, I'll be taking a short-term short position around 56,862, spot 65, targeting a move back down to 55,200. Like I said, but 55,200, I'd be looking at an opportunity to get long here, at the very least for a short-term bounce. And then perhaps we could see some further continuation to the downside, some further continuation to the upside. This market could go either way, really. But I do like this. This looks constructive. We don't have bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. We do have on the stochastics, but I wouldn't be too bothered around that. I just remain short-term bullish here. We do have volume coming through from the buyer side when we did break upwards here. But like I said, I don't see the massive volume. It's not huge volume. It's more than we saw throughout the week, but it's not enough to change the direction of the market. It's not enough for the buyers to get really interested. They couldn't even push the price higher than what's on your all-time high. 61,781 spot 83 cents. Okay, I'm going way too much into detail here. These should be short videos. Let's go on to the next one, Bitcoin Cash. Let's just start out on the daily here. Currently coming back down to test the daily 21 exponential. Do I think that in and of itself is a good signal? Perhaps. This one is a little bit like, I would say this one is a little bit more of a cautious trade. I don't like the fact that we continuously remain below the 200 simple moving average the way that we have. Every single time we try and break above it, we come back down, test it as resistance, and now again acting as resistance. So definitely want to keep that in mind. Shorter term, the moving averages are starting to line up more bullishly. I don't know if that's even a word, more bullish. And we are currently testing this liquidity zone. But if we do break below this liquidity zone, I'm going to be looking to take a short position around $542 and short it all the way back down to $517. But we still have a lot of time before 10 o'clock today, and I want to see a close below this with decent amount of volume or a pushback up, and then perhaps we can take a market buy here for Bitcoin Cash and target a move back up to $600. So let's see how this one plays out. I'm going to be patient with this one because I don't want to take positions on this too quickly. Same thing with Bitcoin, same thing with all of these coins. For Bitcoin, I'm happy to get filled on this long position, see how it plays out. But for Bitcoin Cash, I'd be patient. Ethereum starting to break to the downside of its liquidity zone as well. We had this previous liquid zone right here, tested it as support, currently breaking below it. I definitely love a short position here for Ethereum. You can see right here we have decent volume coming through from the selling side. Any kind of close below this liquid zone, we're probably going to take a short around 1831 spot 89. See if we can short it back down to 1761 spot 57, which is an area of interest where I do believe the price will be scooped back up. So I'd be looking to buy around this particular zone, 1762 spot 83. Still overall higher highs, higher lows. Looking overall constructive here for Ethereum. I think it's overall still very bullish. Until Ethereum breaks below 1712 spot 13, I will remain bullish on this particular asset. Okay, if it does, to the same token, if it does push back up and it does close above this liquidity zone again, we will take another long position on it again. We did take these long positions right here, got filled, went into profit, took some profits, came back down, stopped us out on break even. That's fine. That happens with a lot of trades. But here's the thing. If we don't move our stop losses, and we don't manage our risk as the positions run, then we ultimately expose ourselves in the market in ways that we don't want to be exposed. So as soon as we can move stop losses, we always do that. That's part of our strategy. That's part of our trading mandate. Just stick with it. Try to stick with everything that we share with you in the way that we do things so that you can see the same kind of results we've been seeing, right? So Ethereum, neutral at the moment, waiting for a close above 1655 spot 81. No, excuse me, 1876 spot 76 to go long. Any kind of close below 1831 spot 89, I would look to go short. Chainlink, we longed, we didn't buy, we longed this level right here, this liquidity zone, currently in a little bit of a drawdown. Any kind of 4-hour candle close below the 200 exponential moving average, well, actually below this level right here, 28 spot 45, this liquidity zone with a decent amount of volume, I'd be looking to go short on this. This one is looking a little bit more bearish this morning. Like I said previously as well, Chainlink does look a little bit more bearish after breaking back up here with some volume accompanying it. I did want to buy this level, but currently it's not holding it, which is fine. The market's just showing us that it wants to go in a different direction. We're happy to take a loss if that's the case and redirect our positions with the market so we can make our money back. So never look at a loss as a loss. Look at the loss as an opportunity to take a better position in the market. Okay, so here we go. Chainlink waiting for a close below this liquidity zone with a decent amount of volume. I'll be going short on it, at least back down to 27 spot 43 shorter term. Longer term or medium term, let me call it medium term. This could very well come back down to 24 spot 39. If that's the case, I'd be looking at that as an opportunity instead of looking at it as a possible problem. Okay, so Chainlink overall neutral this morning, still long. I still would like for this one to continue its way onwards and upwards here. Is it possible that we could be seeing it bounce off the 200 exponential? Definitely. That's the only reason why we haven't closed this trade yet. Even though we are in a bit of a drawdown, that's fine. You know, this is part of the trading game. If it closes below this liquidity zone, but closes above the 200 exponential, I'll just leave this trade to run. We'll check in around 10 o'clock again and see what happens. Litecoin, real quick. Litecoin looking to make its way back lower here. I would expect to move back down to 207. And I would expect 207 to be scooped up. So this is actually going to be a limit order that I'm looking to place today for Litecoin. Let's just make it yellow. And remember, Bitcoin and Litecoin are the only two this morning that I seem to be bullish on so far, and Ethereum. And well, I'm bullish on most of the market. You get what I'm saying, right? But this is the one that I would love to take a position today. So I'm going to add an alert there. Definitely would love to buy Litecoin around 208 spot 02. Okay, definitely a good spot. Next one, so that's basically it. If Litecoin breaks above $229, I'll take a long position. If it breaks below 201, I'll be starting to go short on Litecoin, expecting a move back down at the very least to 177. Uniswap, currently holding the support level. I do want to say this, Uniswap looks a little bit more like it wants to consolidate here more than anything. Most of these coins do look like they want to consolidate more. Like I said, we could go into a very long consolidation pattern and very boring price action for the next 2 to 3 months. We've seen this throughout the history of cryptocurrency. You can go back in 2019 for Bitcoin, for example, when it made its high in 2019. We actually ranged and went sideways for more than 3 months. Over here, we ranged and went sideways, not for 3 months, but almost an entire month. You can see it right there. Here, almost an entire month of sideways action. Over here, this is what I'm talking about. This was from end of July, August, September, October. That was 3 months of consolidation. Here again, even more than 3 months. That was April till July. Huge, right? So it could take months of consolidation. Again, let's go back to 2019. You can see right here, this took almost 6 months, this consolidation pattern. Very boring price action, not a lot of volume, not a lot of direction in the market, a lot of indecisiveness. For us as traders, shorter term traders would be banking a lot in ranges like that. So at least we know how to do short-term trading, right? So we can still capitalize on these markets. Don't stress about Bitcoin and all the other cryptos consolidating and not really moving. That's normal. That's healthy, in fact. More it consolidates over the next couple of months, the higher the next high is going to be. Always remember that. Uniswap, neutral. Neo, kind of neutral here. Nothing really to talk about on Neo. Perhaps on a daily chart, I do want to mention this. I do think that we are currently looking to line back up around $35.05. That would be an opportunity for me to take long positions on Neo quite aggressively. I do like that area quite a bit. We've held major supports here and major rallies from this level. And this was our closing level after this magnificent dump to the downside. So I would look at that as a long opportunity. In the meantime, if it does close any kind of 4-hour candles below 38.35, I'll go short. Any kind of 4-hour candle close above 44.41, I'll go long. Monero, I don't like Monero's chart as much as I like Bitcoin and Litecoin, but it is looking a little bit more overall bullish here, if I have to admit. So it looks like Monero does want to continue to the upside, higher highs, higher lows, moving averages agreeing with us, seeing a little bit of participation from the bullish side, just like with Bitcoin, but not enough to really make me excited just yet. So could it come back down? I think most of the cryptos do want to have a retracement in the beginning of this week, perhaps back down to lower levels. So if Monero does close a 4-hour candle below 225.23, I'll go short. Looking for a long opportunity around 218. To the same token, any kind of 4-hour candle close above 245, I'd be looking for a long opportunity on that. BNB, also just consolidating, man. This is just all of this. Everything you're seeing right now is consolidation. It's very boring price action. And you have to be very awake and very skilled to be making money in this market. That's why for the last 3-4 weeks, we've been making less money than we used to. Well, for the last 3 weeks, we've been making less money than we used to. We've been averaging around about 10% a week. Right now, we're averaging around 5% a week. That's because of consolidation, right? But we're still pocketing profits. And that's what's important, because there are sardine runs and then there are the consolidation periods. And then we'll see another sardine run and then we'll see another consolidation. Always remember, the market expands and contracts, expands and contracts. It breathes in and out. So BNB, I wouldn't be surprised if this one does break back down to 230. This one looks a little bit more anemic to me. And a kind of 4-hour candle close below 250, spot 87. I'd be looking to go short on that, at least back down to 230. To the same token, any kind of 4-hour candle close above 302, spot 05, I'd be looking to go long on BNB. 1 inch here. Oh my goodness, why do I have that? Okay, 1 inch holding support right here. This one looks bearish. There's no way I can be bullish on this thing. I'm sorry, but perhaps we'll be looking to take some short positions here very, very soon. In fact, 3 spot 82, that's a level I'll be shorting the living daylights out of if we do get a 4-hour candle close below that liquid zone accompanied by volume. So that's a mouthful, and that's pretty much it for today. Just in summary, Bitcoin, I'm still waiting to get filled on my long position around this level right here. I do think we'll see another short-term push to the upside. If we do lose this trade and we close below that liquid zone, we'll go short. Bitcoin Cash, nothing really. Perhaps a close below this liquidity zone would make me bearish shorter term. Ethereum, Ethereum definitely bearish now. If you thought Ethereum was not bearish earlier, it's definitely bearish now. But I'll check in again around 10, give you guys some positions that I'm looking to take. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Trade safe, traders, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.